Welcome back, everyone, to your podcast, our podcast, the Popular Side Podcast. As always, he's Yinka Yusuf.
Hello, people.
And I'm Akin.
Young man, how are you?
I'm well. We're both doing something a little different today with our backgrounds. So you go first. Why do you have a boring gray background tonight?
Boring gray background. So I decided to be like you today. You know, I've always said I want to grow. When I grow up, I want to be like you. And you don't
you play too much.
You don't let anybody hear the last of is my junior brother. I am XYZ. I'm XYZ months older than he is.
5 weeks.
Sorry. Okay. 1 month. 5 weeks. I'm 5 weeks older than he is. Right.
Yes.
So since you're my big brother and I want to grow up and be like you, I decided to do the Ajala.
Yeah.
So I'm the traveler this time around. I'm not in town. And it's both of us that were the reason why we've not even had an episode in like 2 weeks. Because you were traveling, I was traveling, we couldn't make it work. Even this one is significant commitments from both parties to ensure that we at least put out some content. So excuse my poor background, poor lighting, poor camera. This is a makeshift studio in my hotel room somewhere in an African country.
An African country, I like that. All right. Yep. Enjoy. I wish I was in that African country. I've never been, but someday, hopefully.
Hopefully. How are you? How have you been?
I've been good. I think the last time we met was with Ant. That was our last episode.
Yes, it was.
Just returned from a family reunion, and now I've just returned from another family reunion. So first one was my wife's family. This one is my side of the family. So that was fun. Was in Chicago for 4 nights. Good to see everybody, doing well, being healthy. So all good. And now,
I think I'll borrow a leaf from your family reunion. It's just that my siblings, they are too busy for their own good. They are too busy for their own whatever.
So the hack, Yinka, is, at this point you have, between all of you, you have kids old enough. You put the bread in on them to put it together. If they want to spend time, if they want to spend time with their cousins, they'll make it happen.
I see.
So that's the hack. You guys just provide strategic guidance.
I see. Good point.
And
good point. Good point. We'll see how that goes.
Yeah. So hope you do it. Okay. So Yinka, we are recording on a Monday evening, on the 21st of July. We've had an interesting summer. We haven't been able to keep up our weekly cadence, but it's summer, people travel, it is what it is. Things happen.
It is what it is.
But we've been doing this kind of special episodes. This week will be mostly another team of the season, this time with the Bundesliga. And but we'll spend most of our time talking about transfer speculations and transfers that have been done, because believe it or not, 21st of July, the Community Shield, or whatever it's called these days, is on the 10th of August, I believe. And a week after that is the start of the Premier League season. We're just under 4 weeks away. So So let's get into it.
When the madness will start again.
Absolutely. You ready?
I'm ready, bro. Let's do it.
All right. So, Yinka, we've done a team of the season for the Premier League. We've done for La Liga. Have we done for any other? Is that it?
We've done Serie A.
We've done Serie A. And today we're doing the Bundesliga. Which is
we both agreed that we're not doing French League because it's just PSG starting 11.
The poor French league, man. You know what? It's like there's always before PSG got money, it was Lyon.
Yeah.
Lyon won like 8 years in a row. You know, and then PSG have won in like what 13 of the last 15 years or something ridiculous like that.
They've been dominant.
Yeah, they've been very dominant. So
they've been dominant.
I don't know. But anyway, do you want to go first, or do you want me to go first? I think I went first last time. You go first.
Are you sure?
I don't even know. It's been so long.
Anyway,
but you go first. You go first.
I can go first. So the Bundesliga team of the season, you're tempted to just dump Bayern Munich players on the list, from the goalkeeper to the winger to the striker. But that won't be. I mean, that would be an equivalent of you not doing justice to the
not doing your homework. Yeah,
not doing your homework. Right. So there are a couple of players that deserve some mention. So I've tried as much as possible to recognize people that have punched above their weight, people that have had fantastic seasons. So let me just get straight into it.
Okay.
The goalkeeper, I have the goalkeeper from Mainz, Robin Zentner.
Okay.
Mainz ended the season, I think, 5th or 6th. And the only team that conceded less than them will be Leverkusen and Bayern Munich. Yeah,
that's impressive.
And that is largely due to the antics of their goalkeeper. Yeah. So he's my goalkeeper of the season. Right back, I go with Rasmus Christensen of Frankfurt. Had a very, very impressive season with Frankfurt, along with the lives of Hugo Ekitike and the rest of it. He was very, very solid at right back. Good going forward and also solid defensively. So that's my right back from Frankfurt, Rasmus Christensen. So the centre back pairing was a tricky one for me. It was between Jonathan Tah, Dayo Upamecano. I don't like him, but he's had a fantastic season.
I don't.
Yeah, it surprises me every time that he benches Saliba, and either Saliba or Konate in the French national team.
Yes,
I don't think he's as good as either of them. Yeah,
I agree.
But he's been solid for Bayern this season. Although he had a season-ending injury towards the end of March, but I think he did enough to warrant the first centre-back position, and definitely Jonathan Tah. Honorable mention Kim Min-jae. He had a solid season also. Partnering Upamecano at centre back. And there's other defenders that also Hinkapie at Leverkusen was also solid. But Leverkusen they didn't have as good a season as they had in the season before. So that's why I'm picking one Bayern, one Leverkusen player. The best Bayern defender is Dayo Upamecano. The best Leverkusen player is Jonathan Tah. So that's my centre back pairing. Yeah.
Okay.
Max Mittelstadt from Stuttgart. The German left back is my left back of the season. I'm still surprised he's still at Stuttgart. Yeah. It was a close toss between himself and what's his name?
Alphonso Davies.
I was going to say Alaba for a minute. Alphonso Davies.
You're going back 5 years now.
I'm going back 5 years. Alphonso Davies. But once again, let's give credit to the people that are how do I call them? The bubbling unders. Yeah. Stuttgart had a decent season, not as good as what they've had in previous years. They barely. I'm trying to look at their position on the table this time around. Stuttgart ended up 9th. Yeah. But yeah, Mittelstadt had a fantastic season, and he's broken into the German national team and is doing very well. So he's my left back of the season. Going into midfield, so I went 4-4-2, Aki. Yeah.
Oh, that's interesting.
I or even maybe 4-1-3, 4-1-3-2. If you can.
I know exactly why you're having this problem, but go on. I think I have the same problem too.
You have the same problem too. So defensive midfield, I went with Joshua Kimmich of Bayern Munich.
Yeah.
Kimmich, although he had some stints at right back for Bayern Munich, but he largely played central defensive midfield. And whether right back CDM, he was just calm, composed, matured, made the game flow, gave the Ulises of this world, gave the Musialas of this world the opportunity to flourish. So he gets my CDM spot on the team of the season. Ahead of him in attacking midfield, I'll have to go with Florian Wirtz. Yeah. And this was a toss-up between Wirtz and Musiala. Frankly, I could have gone with either of them. But I am going with Florian Wirtz. Yeah. He's just, oh God. He
had a great season.
He had a great season. Even though Leverkusen didn't, perform at the same level they did last season, but Florian Wirtz excelled despite the Leverkusen sub-performance in comparison to the prior year. Yeah? Then on the wings, on the right wing, it has to be Olise. Olise was a thorn in the flesh for every single team. He when he was at Crystal Palace and in the EPL, the space wasn't there. But it seems as if when he's crossed over to Bayern, the space just popped up, and he literally sent Sané packing. So Sané has gone to the Turkish league now. That was how good
for
it was.
A lot of money. Good for him. A lot of money.
Good for him also. Exactly. So I have Bayern. I have Olise Bayern on the right side. On the left side, I love Musiala. I was going to stick him in there, but I was like, you know what? Let's be fair. There's a young man, well, he's not really young, at Freiburg called Vincent Grifo. Grifo had double digits goal assist contribution this season. Freiburg ended up 5th on the Bundesliga table, and he was by far their player of the season. Yeah. So I opted for Grifo on the left side of attack. Then up front, there were 4 people I considered. So it was between definitely Kane. Kane is guaranteed. Kane gets the starting spot. Then who pairs Kane up front, right? Even though Mamouche moved in January, Mamouche, his
contribution
was quite significant, but because it was only half season, I took him out. I didn't put him in.
You had to.
I took him out. It was just half season. Yeah. So I ended up between Girashi and Ekitike. Yeah.
You have to choose one.
And I ended up with Girashi. Yeah.
Okay.
Ekitike towards the beginning of the season, Mamouche overshadowed him.
That's very true.
He picked up significantly after Mamouche left. But Girashi all through the season, not flashy. He just does his work. Hard worker, puts the ball in the back of the net. So I'm picking Girashi to go with Kane. And that's my team. Player of the season, obviously Harry Kane. No, I don't think anybody, it's Harry Kane.
Okay.
Yeah, and coach of the season is our guy Vincent Kompany. They won the league. I give it to him. I know that other coaches, all those 3rd, 4th, 5th place teams that we could have considered, but yeah, Vincent Kompany deserves to be the coach of the season. So that's my Bundesliga roundup.
All right, so run through it quickly again for me. Zentner was your goalkeeper.
Zentner, my goalkeeper.
Christensen, right back. Ta and
Upamecano, centre back. Yeah.
And Mittelstadt was your left back.
Then in midfield is Kimmich, Wirtz, Olise, and Grifo.
Olise. Okay. I missed the Olise part.
Yeah. And in attack, two man front pairing of Girashi and Kane.
Okay. So Gyökeres and Kane. All right. So how do you feel about your team?
I feel good. Yeah, I feel good. So many bubbling unders, but I don't think there's any shocker in this team or anybody that you look at and be like, what are you thinking? Yeah. That's what I feel.
I think it may be the closest we've been to each other. So if I remember correctly, the first one we did, we had 7 the same.
Yeah.
When we did the EPL. And then when we did La Liga, did he go up 6. To 8 or drop? Oh, he dropped to 6. And then
I think
Serie
we had 6 for La Liga. And Syria, I think we had 7 or 8 for Syria. And what I remember that Spanish League dubs is you had a lot of players. For example, you had Ratui at right back from Rayo Vallecano.
I did.
Yeah, so I remember Spanish League was the lowest that we had. We had the same players. I can't remember what it was for the Italian league, but yeah.
Yeah, so close.
So what do we have here?
Close enough, I guess. Okay, so I'm going to start with Robin Zentner as well from Mainz. I considered Vasil from St. Pauli, who has a lot of talent. But if you're in the bottom third of the league, almost, it's hard for me to make that argument that without you, it would have been worse. That would have been my argument, right?
Yeah.
Because I believe they scored only 28 goals and conceded 41 times. That's a really bad team, right? But 41 is not bad. But, so Robin Zentner. So this might be a little controversial. Michel Weiser. Mitchell Weiser. It's also a little sentimental because I think he just did his ACL in preseason training, so I don't think he's going to play this season. Unfortunately, I believe he's 31, so I feel really bad for him. I don't know if he's coming back, to the same level again. But for Werder Bremen, who always flatter to deceive. But from the right back position, he gave 8 assists. He scored 5 goals. It's actually not bad. Now this is where you and I was thinking about you when I was thinking centre backs. I'm like, is Yinka gonna kill me if I say Upamecano? I'm like, but when you receive new information, you have to adapt. I've never liked the guy's game. You've never liked the guy's game. And I really want to root for him. He's one of those guys. I'm like, he has all the tools. He has the height. He's athletic enough. He's athletic enough. He's not the most athletic player, but he's athletic enough. He has enough speed. He's not the fastest, but he has enough speed. But it's let's call it brain freezes. Let's keep it PG. It's the brain, is the more than occasional brain freezes. But to be honest, it's reduced and reduced and reduced. It doesn't do it as often. And it just goes to show when you continue to show faith in a player and they're serious-minded professionals, they can come good,
Absolutely.
So club kept faith with him. Country kept faith with him. And he's played through his mistakes, and like you said, he had a fantastic season.
He did.
Jonathan Tah is just a behemoth of a defender. He's just that good. I think those two goes without saying. I went with Alphonso Davies at left back. What did it for me was just point. Yeah, it was just the extra stuff. I know he's Bundesliga, but the European games he played as well kind of just tipped it a little bit for me. So I can't say for sure that I know what formation I want to play. So I'm just gonna
it's your team. Do whatever you want to do.
I'm just gonna go with it. But I have a front 6. I'm my friend. So let me tell you who misses out. What's the name of the kid from what club is it in now? Mainz, Amiri. He just misses out. But I think in the midfield, between he and Musiala. Musiala is one of those. I feel like it's so sad that he had that injury because I feel like he's due for like a big, undisputed superstar season. I feel like there's always just someone who nicks him just at the end, right? In this case, it was Olise. Olise just came in and outshone him, right?
Yep.
So what's his name? Musiala is not on my team. Amiri just misses out. So my front six, it will be Kimmich, Olise, Wirtz, Harry Kane, Guirassy, and Ekitike. So I could not take Ekitike out. And the reason I couldn't take him out is, you're right, Mamouche did overshadow him, but he picked up the slack significantly after Mamouche left. And I think he finished with 22 goals, and was it 10 assists or 12 assists? It was significant. It was significant. And he's still kind of young. Is it 23?
Probably
still
probably even less.
Yeah. So I think I would say center back, CDM, Kimmich, the 2 8s, Wirtz and Olise, and then I'm just gonna put 3 strikers there and let them do what they do, So Ekitike, Guirassy, Harry Kane, no true wingers, but it is what it is. So that's my team.
Olise is a true winger. So
no, he's in the midfield. I put him in the midfield. I put Olise, Kimmich, and Wirtz as my 3 in midfield, and then
so we're close enough. So the missing. Close. So that means this is 8. We only have 3 players that are not the same.
Right back, left back, and one of the front 6. Ekitike. Yeah. That's it. This is our closest.
Close enough.
My player of the season is Kane. I am not happy about this, but I think it has to be almost a consensus player of the season. And I think it's the same for Company. He's brought them back to relevance. They won pretty comfortably, to be honest. They've been stable. Their defense has been stable. He's not known as a defensive manager, but the defense has been stable.
Even though he was a defender.
He was a defender, you know what I mean? But, he's obsessed with the Pep style of, you can't hurt me if I don't give you the ball, but Kane, 26 goals, back-to-back top scorer. I think is the first ever player to be back-to-back top scorer his first 2 seasons in the Bundesliga. Obviously, he went there as an old man, so it's not like he's young or anything like that. But you were right at the beginning, 82 points from Bayern, conceding only 32 goals in 34 matches. Their best defensive record in 5 years, Inca. And they brought that title-winning mentality back. I don't think there was any controversy in the squad, not one time. I'm proud of Vincent Kompany. I think he did what he had to do. So long may that continue.
Yeah. We should call him. We should give him a middle name, Otai Bayomi.
Olorun Ojo. Oh my god! Oh my god, that's hilarious.
They were
ready with the pitchforks.
With the pitchforks. Yeah.
All right.
Anyway,
Inka, we got through that in about 20 minutes. So let us go straight to our worthy mentions. So Inka, the World Club Cup has come and gone. I think I watched the second half. No, I watched the second because my daughter was watching. I watched the second half of the final, the Chelsea final. And I think that's all I watched. I may have seen highlights here and there. But Chelsea won the World Club Cup. This revamped, used to be a weekend tournament. Now it's this supposedly big thing that we're supposed to care about. But I think I do care about how Chelsea made adjustments for one game. I don't think that's not a big deal. I think that is a big deal. Because I think between the two of us, I think we don't think Maresca is a bad coach. I think we think he's a fine coach, fine enough, right? It's not bad. Chelsea has a lot of talent. My problem with them is they keep buying the same profile of player at every position, right? Hoping that one or two of them will break out, right? So, Inka, is this a new Chelsea? Is it more of the same? Can they do the same thing they did in one match? Can they do it for a whole season over 4 different competitions?
So, Aki, this is a bigger version of like an Emirates Cup or something. This is pre-season.
Okay.
This is pre-season. Now, the only significance this has is it's the first. So, in the record books, the question will be, who was the first club to win? Is going to say Chelsea. Just like this mid-season tournament that the NBA was playing, whatever I didn't watch it.
I didn't watch that either.
The one that Lakers won the first version, right? It's in the scheme of things, it is irrelevant. The only relevance is in terms of record, it will be like, oh, Chelsea were the first to win it. Now, that's the tournament in itself. Because it had a friendly feel to it. Only the teams that took it serious are the teams that really they were there for something, yeah. And I mean the Brazilians, the African teams. Those are the ones that were really a lot of people, a lot of
Real
teams.
Madrid took it very seriously. They did
not as serious as you will think, yeah.
Okay,
and I'll explain to you. Because everybody is mindful or was mindful of, I don't want an injury.
Yeah. And
when Musiala went down and the injury happened, it's like, it kind of, everybody was like, oh boy, this is just Club World Cup. Let's take it. Let's chill out. Yeah. Let's chill out. Yeah. So that was the feel for me. That was how it seemed to me. Yeah. But give Chelsea the credit. In that final game, Maresca out-tactic, what's his name? Luis Enrique, right? The Chelsea coach looked at who was the team that beat PSG in the group? I think it was Palmeiras, or I can't remember who it was.
I didn't even know PSG lost.
PSG lost twice in this tournament. They lost. One of the Brazilian teams beat them in the second or third game. Yeah. So they looked at how Palmeiras played them, and they played them exactly the same way. So kudos to Chelsea for winning. Yeah. I hear the pot for winning was quite tangible in terms of finances. Yeah. Right. And this is FIFA trying to once again, exaggerate the importance of this tournament and let you know, oh, you're gonna get money. It's the same thing that the NBA did for their mid-season tournament. I think each team got $500,000. Maybe each player got $500,000 or so, something along those lines. So, so instead of the players getting money this time in this particular tournament, it's the clubs that got a significant pot. Yeah. So for me, it's an elevated, friendly tournament. Yeah. Now most of the teams that have played, unless you have a big squad like Chelsea, the repercussions for this will start in August. Yeah? The repercussions will start in August. And you will now see people dropping like flies. Touch on wood, I don't wish injury on anybody, but you can't. So right now, most of them have. So like you said, the season starts 16th of August, right? This tournament ended like 2 weeks ago, or maybe less than 2 weeks ago, roughly 2 weeks ago. So they're on vacation for 2 weeks, right? The other teams have started their preseason now. Yeah. In anticipation of starting the league in less than a week, less than a month, Aki. So you see where the danger is, yeah? Now, when everybody is prepping for the season, your players are still on break. They're recuperating. So how fresh will y'all be when the season starts? And this goes for every single club that played in this tournament, except the ones that their season are ongoing and they just had to, for example, the Inter Miamis and I believe the Brazilian League. Yeah. So, just to answer your question, it's some sort of a big deal. Yeah. But it's not as if the way the Chelsea fans are making it sound like, we are this, we've won this, we've won. Come on, guys. We can't be selective in the way we in the way we weigh trophies and we allocate weight to trophies. When some club says we've won the Charity Shield, you say it's just a shield, it's just a tray, right? But you're like all of a sudden celebrating the World Club Cup. All of a sudden you're like celebrating the Conference League. Make this make sense. Make this make sense, yeah? And on the final note, and I'll make sure we clip this, to all the Chelsea fans that just started watching football a couple of years back, right? You still haven't won as much trophies as Arsenal has won, yeah? You might have won the Champions League.
Why are you doing this?
You might have won the Champions League, but don't all of a sudden make it seem as if, we've won more trophies. You all just started watching. Some of you, which is why most of the Chelsea fans, I tell you, only a few people do I really respect as Chelsea fans. My brother, my brother, Abra is a Chelsea fan. He supported Chelsea in the days of Michael Duberry, in the days of Scott Minto, before Ruud Gullit and George Weah came. He's been a Chelsea fan. Yeah? He's the only one. Every other person, I'm making it. My father-in-law. Yeah, I added to the list. Every other person only started supporting Chelsea when Abramovich came.
After they got money.
After they got money. So y'all go chill. Take a chill pill, okay? I rest my case, Aki. Over to you.
Oh my gosh. Okay. So I'm gonna take off my Arsenal fan hat and be as objective as possible on this. I think this could be a big deal. Not because I care about the tournament. Not because it means anything or should mean anything to anybody. I still have a lot of problems with this tournament, right? The La Liga president, of whom we're no fan of, right?
At all.
But he made a good point. It's like Real Madrid got to the semifinals or whatever, and they got 86 million something, either euros or pound, whatever it was. Now they're going to bring that back to my league and cause even more uncompetitiveness. Damage. And that was a league that was already uncompetitive. Right. Yep. So he has a good point. That is a good point. And these are teams that were handpicked. I mean, Barcelona is not in it. Right. And I know there was a criteria, 4 years, whatever, but it's a little arbitrary if you think about it. Right. But it doesn't matter. Right. So Barcelona is not in it. Liverpool are not in it. Arsenal are not in it. You look at England, the best of the best 3 teams over the last 4 years, only one was in there.
City were in there too. Remember?
That's what I'm saying. One. There's the one.
Oh, okay.
Only one. So the best 3 teams are City, Arsenal, and Liverpool of the last 4 years in England. In La Liga, the best 2 teams every year are Barcelona and Real, and Barcelona were not in there, right? So again, it doesn't make sense. But I'm gonna leave all that aside and say the way they played, even though it was a friendly, the way they played. If someone showed up that way for a Community Shield, I would think it was a big deal. When Arsenal stifled City in the Community Shield, I didn't think it was nothing. I thought it was the beginning of something. I think this could be the beginning of something for Chelsea. I really do, Yinka. I really do. Thoughts?
Okay. If you say so, right? But see, once again, for me, it's an exaggerated, elevated, friendly tournament. That's what it is. That's what you're playing in the heat in your country, right? Maybe Chelsea had a bigger squad to toy around with. Maybe that benefited them, right? But I get your point on the money bit, and I kind of agree with you. Yeah. And it's not just for Real Madrid. It's for every other club that has participated also, right? So you have extra income that is coming from a tournament where the rationale and the selection criteria is absolutely not as crystal clear or not as logical as one will believe. You're just, I mean, is like a stone in still water. You're throwing, stone in still water. You're going to cause ripples. There's going to be ripple financially from a playing standpoint. It's a mess, bro. It's a mess. The tournament itself, I understand it's once every 4 years. Why is it once every 4 years? Please, someone explain that to me. But please, just make it make sense. What's the rationale for once every 4 years?
I don't know. You'll have to ask.
It doesn't make sense, bro.
You'll have to ask. It
doesn't make sense at all. Yeah. It would have been better if it's a biannual thing. I don't like the annual, so I don't think it should be every year. But biannual makes sense. Yeah. And then you can how Mamelodi Sundown gets in there. I like it that they're there, but or this team from New Zealand that Bayern Munich beat like 10 or whatever. Come on, man.
Auckland FC or whatever that is.
Come on, man.
With the goalkeeper who was a supervisor at a hardware store.
Exactly.
It's a joke.
Exactly. It's a joke.
It's a joke.
So if you're winning those kind of tournaments, right? Come on, man. The fact that Auckland is there is enough.
Yeah.
Is enough for the tournament to lose all the credibility that you think it has.
No, I totally agree.
Happy for them. And I pray that this transitions, or they're able to transit, and transfer the quality that they exhibited here to the regular season. But hey, fingers crossed.
You don't sound very happy for them, but I'm going to leave it alone. I'm going to leave it alone.
It's their fans that kind of get on my nerves at times, right?
I know. But they can't help themselves. They can't help themselves.
Any small thing you're comparing to someone else, just live your life and enjoy what you have. Why must you always, it's childish at times, but hey, what do I know?
But Inka, as bad as Chelsea fans are, you know who's worse?
Of course, Arsenal fans.
Arsenal fans are worse. I think you and I both believe these are the worst fans in the Premier League. And they exhibited all the qualities that make them the absolute worst again. Inka, you're going to have to explain this to me. Okay, so let me set it up. Nani Maduekwe moved from Chelsea to Arsenal, right? Mm-hmm. And Arsenal are the worst at doing deals. They pretend like it's 1942 and media doesn't exist and nobody's gonna know how much you paid for the player. It's ridiculous the way they do everything. And they sneak the announcement out in the middle of the night somewhere. I'm like, what are you doing? Everyone already knows. Yeah. But anyway, so Nani Maduekwe went from I want to say PSV to Chelsea 2 years ago. I think it was 2 years ago when it was 21. Mm-hmm. It's 23 now. He's a left-footed right winger who can play on the left. And I think he went for, was it 38 million pounds to Chelsea 2 years ago, right?
Roughly.
Mm-hmm. Okay. And now he's, allegedly gone to Arsenal from Chelsea for 48.5 million. Add-ons can take it up to 52 million pounds. And your brethren were losing it before it became official and are still absolutely losing it now that it's official. Now, did I mention this kid is 6 foot tall? Is 6 foot tall, has a upright, direct running style. You know what I mean? Everybody's like, well, you know how for the last 5 years they've complained there's no backup to Bukayo Saka? They've complained for the last 2 years they don't like Martinelli. And now they're complaining that the man they brought in, who can deputize for either or potentially bench either, and I mean that seriously, not because I don't like Bukayo, but because they're different profile, right? So of course Bukayo is a better player than Nani Maduekwe. Of course he is. Maybe Martinelli is even better than Noni Madueke, but that's not the point. The point is they're two different profiles. You know, I think Martinelli is really a forward who plays on the left. I don't think he's a winger. Noni Madueke is a real winger, Inka, you know, and he's only 23. You know, like, we haven't seen the best of him. Inka, I hope this is not like, people don't think this is recency bias or Arsenal bias. I said the same thing with Havertz. I didn't understand the hate. You know, Havertz scored 18 goals, I think, his first season. You know, and everyone's going crazy. But what does 18 goals get you on the open market these days? But I'm gonna shut up. You tell me why Arsenal fans are now the craziest in the world, and why is this a bad deal?
So, once again, Aki, I've said this before, and I'm going to say it again. Arsenal fans don't think of what's in the best interest of the club. The reason why they are shouting about Noni Maduekwe is because their fellow Chelsea fans will throw banter at them that you are picking up our reject. That is what they will say. So what they are thinking about, once again, is themselves, not what is good for the club. Aki, you're absolutely right. You and I have sat through Arsenal fans complaining for the past 3, 4, 5 years that you want to run Bukayo Saka to the ground. We've heard this over and over and over again. Now, Arsenal has gone to the market to get a 23-year-old player, English international, by the way, who in recent times is started or coming for England and he's been playing properly. And if you really watch football, he's arguably one of the better Chelsea players. He, when he's playing, Neto and himself, they push Neto to the other side for him. So, what I'm saying in essence, before he left Bayern, PSV Eindhoven, I wanted him. I was shouting, why did we let Chelsea get this guy? This guy will have been a good deputy for our wings, right? And they can even offer competition to Saka. That was what I said, right? And when he got to Chelsea, and there's a bit of disrespect and they're not appreciating what they had, the opportunity came for him to leave. His agent was the one that actually, said, this guy is not maybe enjoying himself at Arsenal. I mean, at Chelsea, you're interested. Yeah? Now, people are shouting, how can you spend 55 million? Elanga went for, let me check. Elanga went for the same 55 million. So let's be objective. Who's a better player, Elanga or Noni Maduekwe?
I think Maduekwe is better. I think Elanga had a really, really good season last year, but we've also seen him not be good at all. But
absolutely. Mohamed Kudus, who we love, who had a fantastic first season, he faded last season at West Ham. He's gone to Spurs for how much? 56 million, right? Brandon Mbuemo, who had a fantastic season last year, right, is going to Man U for 75 million.
Yeah.
So that tells you that is the market. You got this guy for 48, plus add-ons will take you to whatever it's going to take you to.
Yeah.
That is the market for this kind of player. And by the time somebody pulled out the stats and did the comparison, we realized that in terms of carry, take-ons, and dribbles, Noni Maduekwe is light years ahead of all these guys. Elanga only has pace. That's not dribble. You take the ball and you run. Kudus had a poor season last year, so I'm not going to even take it out on him, right?
Yeah.
But when I heard that Arsenal were in for it, I was like, wow, that's solid. That is, and like you rightly put it, is almost at the Saka level. And I can say, like you also said, he's a better winger than Martinelli. Yeah? So when you have those low blocks, this is someone that you can put in there that will run at the left back and pull the crosses in. Right? Martinelli was not, he does his take-ons, but his take-ons are, they are like forced. They are not natural.
Yeah.
People don't watch games. They just listen to bandwagon. And if you really watch games, you will not be saying the nonsense you're saying about Maduekwe. And this goes for both Arsenal and Chelsea players. The Chelsea players that are saying he's a reject, they need to go and watch last season. He was one of their better players last season.
He was.
When they are when their superstar, what's his name? What's his name again?
Cole Palmer?
When Cole Palmer, God bless you, when Cole Palmer was having a flop, who was keeping them awake?
Yeah.
They've forgotten easily. Come on, man. I respect
So Inka, I wrote down some stats.
Yes.
So I don't know where this came from, but I heard them from Ars blog. He had a guest on this week. They did a special transfer show just on this kid, just on Nani. So he was in the 95th percentile in the EPL in progressive carries. For carries into the box, it was in the 98th percentile. Right? And then it took 3.6 shots per 90 minutes, which was tops among all wingers. Right? And then it was also tops in shots that ended carries. As in, when you carry the ball and it ends in a shot, it was number one. So what that tells me is the guy's direct, is active, it wants to take a lot of shots, right? What it also tells me at 23, and with some of the shenanigans, some of the alleged attitude problems, the fighting with Jackson for the ball and a penalty 2 seasons ago, by the way, not last season. That was 2 seasons ago. Not last season,
right? Yep.
Those things can be coached, So what I'm guessing happened is Arteta was like, what do I need to do, to improve on the places where we're weak? This is one guy that can do that for us. And I don't think this necessarily means Martinelli's gone. Even though I thought they would need, I don't want to sell him, but I thought they would have to sell him. You said, you said like 6 episodes ago that they don't have to. They have enough money. They don't have to.
Yeah.
But if they had to, Martinelli is a $75 million pound player. That's what it is.
Yeah.
Yeah, because he's done it for longer. He's done it for 5 solid seasons, right?
Exactly.
So this is just amazing to me. But Inka, I think we should move on.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think we should just move on. And so what should we talk about next, Inka? We've talked about Nani. Should we go to? Let me pull up. I lost my place
United.
United. Transfer. Okay. So
yes,
as of the recording today on the 21st on a Monday, Mbuemo has finally signed. All right. It's finally signed.
Finally.
We've seen the picture. We've seen the confirmation. I've gone to all my trusted sources and they've all confirmed it. Right. So congratulations to Manchester United. Brian Mbuemo is somebody that we both like. Is still young. Is he 26? Youngish?
He's 25. Yeah, 26 this year, I believe. Yeah.
Okay. So, I mean, do you really get any resale value for him? Not really. But of that cohort of, wingers that can also play like inside, whatever you want to call it, in the inside 10, inside 8, whatever in the Man U system, I think is the best available. I want to be completely honest. I think is the best available. Right, available that you can get. You can't get Saka, you can't get Salah. Right? You don't think so? Who is better than him? I think it's the best.
No, I agree with you.
Okay.
Right. My point again is you've spent 75 million where you didn't necessarily have to spend 70. So what happens to Amad Diallo right now?
So I would say their redemption was never in Amad Diallo. Amad Diallo is a project.
So you spent 75 million in a position where you actually have a star player in the making that you can actually say, you know what, let's grind it out with this guy, and go deploy the 75 million somewhere else. So right now, I think what has happened with this is United's hierarchy what's the word? They are catching cold feet again. Yeah. They see everybody buying. They wanted Mbuemo says he wants to come to United. right? And Brentford said, well, unless you guys pay whatever you want to pay, you're not leaving, right? And once again, they've ponied up the 75 million. Mbuemo's a fantastic player. I like him. I would have loved him at Arsenal, right? Although he's one-dimensional, he can only play on that right wing.
Yeah.
Amad Diallo can only play on that right wing. So what does this tell you, Aki? You have staunched the growth of one of your better, younger players, right? And you and I said this. United said, this is not the time for you to be spending 75 million on one player. You've spent 75 million on too many players. Do you understand? What you all should be doing is going into looking for the gems here and there, looking for hardworking players, then start building your team up little by little. This Mbuemo signing is, I think it's cherry on the top. It's cherry on top of the cake. It's icing on the cake. It's not the cake itself.
Which one is more cherry and icing? Cunha or Mbuemo? Or is it the same?
So, okay. It's similar, but Mbuemo is worse. And I'll tell you why. Mbuemo's worse because I think they want to offload the Danish Højbjerg. Or was it Højland?
Højland.
Yeah, I think they want to offload him, right? So they're saying, let's get in Cunha.
82 million for him?
Yes. Something tells me they want to offload him. And some Italian teams are already hovering and seeing whether they want to get him. So, and also they believe Cunha, if anything happens to Bruno, and Bruno probably takes the Saudi offer, whatever happens, Cunha can probably play central attacking midfield. He can also play up front. I think that's what they're thinking. So, in my opinion, Cunha can play multiple positions and cover multiple areas. He can play left wing, he can play right wing, he can play cam, he can play as a striker. Mbuemo can only play that right wing. Mbuemo can only hug the byline. You can right wing.
You can play Mbuemo up front if in a pinch, if you must. We've seen him. We've seen him lead devastating counterattacks, which tells me, for, a quarter of a game, he can do a job for you. As
even more,
in a two up top, in a outlet to a goalkeeper with a brain, down the field. But I want to say something. So I hear where you're going with this. Let me go back to Cunha, right? So when Van Dijk came to Liverpool from, was it Southampton?
Yes,
it was from Southampton, and before then it was with Celtic.
Yes,
I was given a lot. I was giving it to Liverpool fans. I knew that, hey, you paid 75 million, however much they paid for a Southampton defender, blah blah blah. Everyone comes from somewhere. That was obviously, I was only joking. I was jealous because I knew the guy was a behemoth. He was a fantastic defender. But if Liverpool had not done what needed to be done, they would have been Southampton, because I don't think Van Dijk alone would have saved Southampton from relegation. Why am I bringing Van Dijk up? Cunha is a versatile player, but he's no superstar. He's not Messi. He's a jack of all trades, and he's a mid performer in the 5 positions he can play. You mentioned cam. He can play a decent cam, right? He can play from the left. He can attack from the left. He can attack from the right. He can be your top guy in a false 9. He can be your small guy in a 2 up top. But he's not gonna knock your socks off in any of them. He's not that kind of talent. He's a 13 there's a 13 to 15 goal a season kind of guy.
I agree with you.
Yeah.
I believe Cunha was on the trajectory to be Brazil's number 9 as ridiculous as that sounds.
That does sound ridiculous.
Until he went to Real Madrid, I said Atletico Madrid, and I don't know what your friend did to him. That's why he ended up at Wolves, right? And we saw glimpses and flashes of what he could do at Wolves, right? He can win you a game like that, yeah. But can he win you a game multiple times? No. Good to your point, yeah. So it's a good buy for United. See, these are the guys these are the people that they can. So you're picking players from Brentford, you're picking players from Wolves, right? All I'm saying is, on both of them, that's 75 plus 65, I believe. Yeah. I think that's 140 million euros.
Pounds.
On Brentford's best player and Wolves' best player. I think that says a whole lot. Yeah? That's all I'm saying.
Yeah.
You don't have the luxury of spending that kind of money and being reckless like that. Yeah. You can see Berta that is trying to squeeze 5 kobo out of Sporting. We'll
talk about that. We'll figure out what's happening over there. Okay.
Let's move on to that actually.
So let's move on to Victor Gyökeres.
Yes.
And Arsenal. I've never seen anything like this before, Yinka. So this is the third weekend in a row. Today is a Monday. This is the third weekend in a row where the most reliable transfer sources, I'm talking David Ornstein, right?
Yes.
I'm talking Fabrizio, have told us, oh, this thing is so close. So close.
Yes.
It's been 2 weeks now, right? The third weekend. 2 weeks where we've heard that the actual cash has been agreed on. And the only thing left is the add-ons.
Yes.
And the man has given up 2 million that was due to him from the club. That's not necessarily going to Arsenal or whatever it is, but that's money that Sporting now don't have to pay him. His agent has given up his commission. He's still going to get paid something, but he's not going to get 5 million euros, you know? So it's like, if the reporting is true, what are Arsenal doing, Yinka? They just, because while this was going on, Arsenal went and got Nani Maduekwe. No rumors, nothing. We went from rumor to signature in like 10 days. Kid left New York from the Club World Cup, skipped the final, boom, done. Now he's on the, he was on the plane this weekend to Singapore and then Hong Kong with Arsenal for preseason.
Yeah.
So, Yinka, what is really going on here?
It's Sporting.
Okay, what are they doing?
That's what's going on. It is Sporting. See, I've told you this multiple times. For transfers to happen, buying club must be willing to buy, selling club must be willing to sell, player must be willing to leave. It's as simple as that, right? So Asla is willing to buy, Gyökeres is willing to sell, Sporting is willing to sell, but they keep shifting goalposts every freaking day.
Wow.
They keep shifting the goalpost every day. So we say we want 70 million for him, and Arsenal say, okay, fine, we'll pay you 70 million, but it's 60 guaranteed. I'm just using that as an example. It's 60 or 50 guaranteed. No, we want 60 guaranteed. Okay, we'll pay you 60 guaranteed. Okay, the 10 million add-ons. Okay, let's look at the add-ons. When he reaches this, no, we don't want this anymore. We want the add-ons to be much more guaranteed. Do you understand? So they keep shifting the goalpost. And I kind of get what Beta is trying to do. See, this thing is about, what do the mafia people say? It's not the amount, it's the principle. Yeah? I can't have the reputation of being a weak negotiator. You're Sporting, your hands are tied. It is Sporting that is getting people to leak through the press that United came in for Gyökeres. We all know it is stupid. It is not true. The young man has said, I only want to go for Arsenal. So Sporting will be forced to negotiate. It's that precedent that he's trying to look at. He's doing comparisons. He's thinking, how can you, this same Arsenal, go and pay Nani Maduekwe? You're paying 50-something million for him, and you're telling me you can't pay add-ons? No, I disagree. So he's reneging on his words constantly. Yeah? I can bet you if Arsenal come and say, okay, we'll pay the full add-ons, you'll come back and say, no, I've changed my mind again. That's what's going on with Sporting, which is why the agent is angry with them. The player himself is angry with them.
He's on strike.
Right? He's on strike. And they're like, if that's the case, you come to preseason. They had a friendly match today against Sunderland. Their preseason has started already.
He's in Mallorca.
He's in Mallorca.
Yeah.
He's in Mallorca. I even understand Arsenal sent one of their trainers to be with him in Mallorca so he can be training with them.
Wow.
So it is just, this is Berta just trying to send a message to the whole world that, yeah, I can be fair, and at the same time, I can be mean. Yeah. Noni Maduekwe was fair price. That is the going rate for players his caliber. Yeah. That's it. That's the going rate for players his caliber. But you guys, you don't have an option. This guy has said he's coming here. We've made sacrifices. The agent has made sacrifices. The player has made sacrifices. But y'all just want to be intentionally obtuse. Like my friend Sunday Musa will say. But
Yinka, here's the counter argument, right? Counterpoint.
Yeah. Yes.
Ekitike is going for £69 million this time, plus add-ons, right?
Yes. Yes.
He's younger than Gyökeres. He's playing in a tougher league, better league, right? Bundesliga.
Fair enough.
He's also not as prolific in that league. Gyökeres has some gaudy numbers over the last 3 seasons, right?
Yes.
One at Coventry and 2 at Sporting. When people say it's just the Portuguese league, I don't think they understand the gap between him and number 2 in the Portuguese league.
Yeah.
So in his 2 seasons in Portugal, he has scored more than double the number of goals of any other person in the Portuguese league. More than double, Yinka, in 2 years. More than double. So everyone's talking about, but Nunes is a cautionary tale. He was killing it at Benfica. He was younger, and it didn't work out. I'll take Nunes tomorrow. I'll take Nunes tomorrow. You can't teach, what is it, like 6'4", 6'5"? You can't teach that. Speedy.
He scored a hat-trick yesterday for Liverpool, by the way.
I would take him right now. And I said that while he was not in any kind of form whatsoever. So, my point, the counterpoint I was going to make is, if Ekitike is going for £69 million, is it unfair? Is it really unfair for Sporting to be like, we need more than 59 million euros? I think 59 million euros is the fixed part of the fee.
So let me put on my accountant hat and just explain some things to you. So there's something called goodwill, which is the price you're willing to pay over and above. And you know this. You're also a business guy. The price you're willing to pay over and above the fair value of a player. Remember, Ekitike, there was a tussle between Newcastle and Liverpool. So it gave Frankfurt the opportunity to just say, you know what? It's a bidding war, which is what Sporting are trying to incite. They're trying to incite a bidding war. Right? And the player keeps telling everybody that comes, I'm not interested in you guys. I only want to go to Arsenal. Right? Yeah. So it is Ekitike, there's a goodwill in there. And frankly, Liverpool, I believe they know what they're doing. Liverpool will spend 125. They already have a deal in their back pocket to equalize these things. It's either Diaz leaves or Nunes leaves or both leave, right? Yeah. And you see that their net spend this season is going to be...
Right now, they're like minus 150. If the Ekitike goes through, it's like minus 151 million pounds for Liverpool, which is crazy.
Even if not more, right?
If not more.
Exactly.
Yeah, if not more.
But I believe they have some sales in their back pocket to equalize. For Arsenal, who does Arsenal have to sell, right? The people that will command the highest amounts of money at Arsenal, the club is not willing to sell them. Right?
Martinelli.
So it's Martinelli, Trossard, right?
That's it.
Kivior. What's his name? The Nelson, right? Those are the people that Arsenal concerned.
Yeah, the injury didn't help. I think Nelson, this time last year, they should have sold for 20 million. Just sell him for 20 million. But they did the loan thing. They got greedy. They should have just sold.
So you see where I see where Berta is coming from.
Okay.
And Berta is trying to say, let's spread. I have a budget. This is how far I can go, right? Eze is still a question mark. Remember, whether they're going to get Eze or not. Who I would really love to come to Arsenal, by the way.
Me too.
Yeah. So it's until you see the numbers and the cash flows that the clubs have. If we're looking from outside, we'll just think this director is just stupid. Why can't you just pay up?
Yeah.
You know, why can't you just do that? Why can't you just do that? Right? So there are different strokes for different folks. Different situations warrant different. Somebody can't just keep asking for, I want 100 million. Oh, yeah, take 100 million. That's not how it works.
Yeah.
That's not how it works at all.
Okay. So,
and the reason why Liverpool paid 125 for Wirtz is because 116 is because Bayern were more than willing to pay the 116.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Pounds, yeah. Or maybe 125 euros. Yeah.
Exactly.
Okay.
Anyway.
So on the Eze front, as of today, there's some reporting that Crystal Palace are willing to do installments, which may help to move the thing forward. Šeško is the one that has been shocking to me because they just would not come down from their 80 something million pounds or euros. And that just never went anywhere. So I think that was what forced Arsenal to go all in on Gyökeres. Because I think Arteta really loves Šeško, and I would have been okay with it, but it is what it is. We are where we are.
It is what it is.
And then on the Rodrigo front, again, my favorite attacker at Real Madrid, but the numbers, they're talking 79 to start, 79 million pounds to start. I don't know. Do you think that could ever happen?
Yes.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
It can.
Okay.
See, you forgot that Arsenal didn't sign any. The booty from last year is still there.
Yeah.
Right? You went to the semi-finals of the Champions League this year. You were second in the Premier League last year, right?
Three years in a row.
You have 150 million loss to make. So add 115 million to that. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Right? I think what Arsenal is doing is, if we can get the Eze deal on installments, yes, the sale or the acquisition will hit our books now, but from a cash flow standpoint, right? It eases the cash demands on the business, right? And we can actually just push in that cash to other people. And by other people, I mean waiting for Eze.
Rodrigo.
Waiting for, what's his name? For Rodrigo, right? And if the Rodrigo deal is going to happen, Trossard is going to leave. Or Martinelli is going to leave. That's what I think. Nelson is going to leave either way.
Yeah. I would keep Martinelli. I think Trossard doesn't fit on this team. Again, is a solo performer. So there will be once every 7 or 8 games, he will just do something in one half that would change the game.
Yeah.
But it doesn't do enough within the context of the game for me. He's not a Arteta kind of player.
I agree.
There's
also the option of player plus for Eze. Player plus cash for Eze.
Yeah. Who would they want though? All the good players are gone. Maybe Nelson.
They can take anybody they want. That's how it is.
Yeah. Yeah.
So they say this is just the people, the non-touchable or the untouchables are Saka. They just list the untouchables.
Yeah.
Who do you want out of this? And they will say, we want this guy and we value this guy at XYZ amount. Yeah. So things can move as fast as things can change just like that.
So Yinka, there was a moment. This literally lasted one evening where there were rumors that Isak was going to Liverpool. Let's talk about Liverpool for 2 seconds. This is not on the agenda, but I think it's important. So this time last year, Liverpool didn't buy anybody. Literally did not sign anybody. They went on to have one of the more consistent campaigns that we've seen in recent times. At times it was breathtaking. At times they hit like heights that we hadn't seen since Klopp's Liverpool of many moons ago, and City for, 2.5 or so seasons, but they didn't buy anybody. Everyone had been there for at least a year, right? Right now, if Ekitike goes through, I'm assuming Isak isn't coming anymore, but I started the question with Isak. There will be on opening day a new left back, a new right back. Let's assume there's no injuries, should be the same center back pairing. The goalkeeper is entrenched. The backup goalkeeper is gone. So there's, Alisson is not going anywhere, a new number 10, whether they play him at 10 or not. Wirtz, that's already 3. And possibly 2 new attackers. So there could be 5 new starting members on Liverpool. Szoboszlai, I was reading something that I think something like he ran about almost twice as much as anyone else on the team in the past season. He may be pushing to leave Liverpool because he might be like, what's left for me to do? If you bring Ekitike in and you're playing Wirtz and you still have Mo Salah, why am I here? What am I here to do? I'm just here to carry everybody's water, right? Like, no, I'm not doing that. So you can talk a little bit about Liverpool. Like, I think people forget how hard it is to repeat in the EPL just because Man City have done it so successfully. Yeah. But there's no guarantee that you will repeat. And when you go from stability to the opposite of stability within a season, what makes people think that would work?
So I saw somewhere where they said Slot. This is his MO. He first season he doesn't do anything. Second season he scatters the team.
Everything. Yeah.
But I'm not against any of the signings that they've made.
No, signings are fantastic.
You need a centre back. Yeah.
Yeah.
You need a centre back. I don't know how you need to get a proper centre back to cover Konate, especially when the young man that was covering them, Kwanzaa, you sold him to Bayern Leverkusen.
Yeah.
So I can even argue that you need 2 centre backs. Yeah. And frankly, is Ekitike an upgrade on Nunes? Put Nunes in that same Frankfurt team. He will. We all saw Ekitike at PSG. We saw him at
scored 1 goal.
Lorient or whatever. Exactly.
Rims, yeah.
Was it Reims? Yeah.
Yeah, Reims. Yeah.
Yes, he has improved. Yes, I like him as a player, but the disrespect that Nunes is getting is amazing. Yeah.
Nunes has a form problem, not a quality problem. Isn't bad for
and you know the way it is. People don't watch for football. They watch YouTube. It's you and I that will watch football. And like I say, Yaya Sanogo even looks a decent player on YouTube. Even you with your highlights, you look a decent player on YouTube.
Okay.
So
I'll look okay. Just put me at the penalty spot.
Exactly. So going back to Liverpool, I think they've acquired well, right? I think they'll be fine next season, but they need to get to centre backs. Wow. They have to get to centre backs. That's it.
So how will Wirtz work? I've heard some people think it's going to be a false 9. Some think it's going to go on one of the wings, left wing, obviously, because Salah is not.
No, he's not going on the wing.
People are saying it, Yinka. People are saying it, and some are even saying Szoboszlai is gonna leave and McAllister is gonna leave. So I'm like,
no.
Go on.
No, I disagree with all of that. See, there are enough games to go around. Let's get one thing straight, right? Even Szoboszlai, the way Liverpool play, they play a 3-man midfield.
Yes,
it's either a pivot of Gravenberch and McAllister, then Szoboszlai up front ahead of them. So it depends on who they are playing with. But if they are playing a team that they know they can beat, McAllister pushes up front, Szoboszlai pushes up. So it's only Gravenberch that is the pivot. Yeah. So it's the same thing. If you're playing a team that you know you can beat, you can play Gravenberch or McAllister as the pivot. Play Szoboszlai and Wirtz together in front of him.
So you think
Verse is the kind of player he's just throwing on the pitch.
You think he'll be in midfield?
Of course he'll be in midfield. I think he'll be in midfield.
Okay.
You just put him on the pitch. He's the kind of player that you put on the pitch. And they try and hide his defensive shortcomings, right?
There's a lot of them.
And going back to your point, what you bring to the table as against what you take away from it. Come on, man. I think they'll be fine. And you know the way it works. Teams are scared of them anyway. Yeah. So he will have a lot of the ball and he will have time to do his stuff, right? And unlock defenses when they're facing the low block. So I think it's a fantastic signing. Yeah. Okay. Is he worth the 125? Maybe not, but I wouldn't mind paying up the 125 for him also, frankly.
All right. Okay. Yeah. Let's do our last quick topic. Wimbledon came and went. Sir. We saw a lot of things. Just running through right now in my mind, my girl Coco Gauff getting knocked out in the first round was memorable. Is it Asimova? Anisimova. Yeah, Anisimova, American girl going all the way to the final. And then getting bagelled by Iga Swiatek
twice.
6-love. I think it's only ever happened one other time, in a Grand Slam, and never at Wimbledon. I think Steffi did it to someone before. That was crazy. But she did beat Sabalenka. Which which again, I'm not gonna get into it because Sabalenka apologized to Coco. They shot a dance video together. All is well in the world, so I'm not gonna go there. But again, if I'm Sabalenka, I still think she's getting a pass, Inka. Because you keep, everyone thinks you have this amazing mental strength, which you do, but that's now 2 big matches in a row that you've lost. Okay, maybe losing to Coco is not a disaster, but looking to Anisimova is, what are you doing? If people think Sabalenka and Swiatek are, because she thought so. She thought they were like, roughly the same class. And, you lose to the girl and then your contemporary bagels her twice, so what are you doing? So, any quick thoughts on Wimbledon? I didn't touch on the men's side, but go for it.
Yeah, so on the women's side, interestingly, the championship was played between the 8th seed and the 13th seed. Yeah? So, I've told you this about the women's side. On any good day, anybody can beat anybody. Yeah. So it depends on who brings the A game. Even Swiatek at dominance, even Sabalenka's dominance has been diluted a bit. I like Anisimova. She played fantastic. She played her best game against Sabalenka, and the occasion just got to her against Swiatek. Yeah, it's unfortunate. Coco, on the other hand, she needs to find a way. I think she gets so caught up in the clay tournaments that short transition to grass just throws her off. Yeah, she needs to do better. Yeah, you can't be getting knocked out in this. Was it second round or first round that she got knocked out?
She was. It's so funny because I'm not gonna lie and say I saw it coming. I did not see it coming because I never think she's gonna lose in the first round. But I was a little concerned because of the.
I saw it coming, Aki.
No, I didn't see the first round coming, but I saw a disappointment coming. I saw a disappointment coming, and the reason is it kind of brought me back to some of the more controversial things that have happened, like. Naomi and Serena so I'm like, people are dwelling too much on this Sabalenka thing. I was worried about that. She did a lot of press back in the US when she came back from the French. So I'm like, is she making this cut over quickly enough? Get back on grass and all that. So I was worried, but I wasn't first round exit worried at all. So I'm still in shock.
Yeah. So I saw the pre-tournament she played in that would have prepped her. This is why I wasn't sure. She lost the first round in that one too.
Yeah, she talked about it.
Was it Queens or so?
Yeah, she talked about
it. So she didn't have time to play games on grass before going into Wimbledon, right? And that is the danger, right? So she needed that particular tournament to get 4-5 games under her belt, then come to Wimbledon. But she lost in the first round. Was it at Queens or at the German grass tournament? I'm not sure which one it was. But anyway, Swiatek won. Happy for her. It was a walk in the park against Anisimova. But on the men's side, the finals were played between the number 1 and number 2 seed. Yeah. This is Sinner. Grass court fits Sinner's game more than Alcaraz. But Alcaraz was the defending champion. Yeah. Right. But Aki, the way this seems now, I think the next decade is going to be a Sinner Alcaraz boost. Right, because
until someone else shows up that we don't even know is going to show up.
Who is this? Who is this someone else?
Yeah,
is it Ben Shelton?
Yeah, it could be.
No.
We'll see.
Ben Shelton lost straight sets to Jack Sinner.
I know.
Come on.
I know.
Djokovic is still playing in the semifinals. They should be ashamed. All the era of Fritz. Who else? Who else can I put in there? Kachanov, Nori, all those boys. What's his name? Zverev.
Zverev
all
lost
those
early
guys,
on this time. When did Zverev?
Shame on all of them.
Yeah.
Shame on all of them. Rublev, all those guys that we thought these were the ones. They are the reasons why Djokovic is still relevant till today. They are the reason why Djokovic is still playing semi-finals today. It should not be happening. Djokovic lost in straight sets to Jack Sinner. Straight sets.
Yeah, I know.
And it wasn't. There was no tiebreaker. It was 6-3, 6-3, 6-4. So you see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But I'm happy for Sinner. Although the cloud of that doping whatever is still looming over him.
Yeah.
A lot of people didn't like the way things panned out. But it was a good tournament. So on to the next one, which is the US Open. Yeah. At the Flushing Meadows.
So someday I'm gonna go to the US Open. I always say it every year, but I never do. Maybe I don't think it'll be this year either. So maybe next year.
That's fine.
Anything else you want to talk about?
Nothing.
Okay.
Nothing. We can wrap it up. Donkey of the week is PSG's coach, Luis Enrique.
What did he do? The push and shove?
The push, the punch, and all this stuff, right? He's a sore loser.
I mean,
you won. You won. You were mocking people. Oh, Farmers League. Now they beat you. And what nonsense is that? Come on, man. You should do better.
That's why I don't agree when people say Chelsea should not celebrate, blah, blah, blah. This is not a big deal. Yeah. It's not a big deal, but they played a great team. They played the best team in the world, and they dominated them. In that first half was a complete domination. Chelsea should be very proud of themselves. They should be very happy with what they did. They deserve to do a victory lap. It was a big deal. It may have been a friendly, but it was a friendly that PSG really wanted to win, and Chelsea stopped them. It was a tactical masterclass. I mean,
well done to them.
You're such a hater. You were I thought I was a hater, but you can't even see anything good. You can't say anything
good. I didn't say it wasn't good, right? They made good money. They won a preseason tournament.
Oh my God, you're terrible.
And a relevant preseason tournament.
You're terrible.
What else do you want me to say?
No, but forget. So, you don't hate this tournament as much as I do, right? I am the number one hater of this tournament. But PSG are amazing. And Chelsea, and they were amazing at this tournament. And Chelsea made them look ordinary. And Chelsea also brought in new players who had never played on the team before. João Pedro, who we both like. I think I like him a little more than you do. João Pedro took his 2 goals like he'd been playing with this cats for forever. You know what I mean? Like, I think we have to give Maresca some credit. Like, no?
But has PSG bought anybody this season? Have they made any transfers this season?
And before you tell me that PSG were tired, Chelsea played one more game than PSG did.
No. Okay. I didn't. I'm not going the tired route, right?
Okay.
Chelsea won the game. It's a cup game. They won a game on the day. Yeah. Do you think if PSG had played Inter like 5 times, it would have been 5-0 the score that you saw the other day?
But
it won't be.
That's a
right?
red.
So
that's a red herring. That's a red herring, right?
So all I'm saying is, on the day, Chelsea won. Congratulations to them.
They dominated Yinka.
Congratulations to them. I don't know what else you want me to say.
You're really terrible. This is bad. This is really bad.
I don't know what else you want me to say.
See, Gilbert is never going to do our show again with this attitude. You know? He's never going to do our show again with this attitude.
Congratulations to them.
Wow.
Who's playing the Charity Shield in England?
Crystal Palace versus
and Liverpool, right?
Yeah.
And Liverpool, right? Yeah. So watch Liverpool win that, and they consider that a trophy also.
It is a trophy. Everyone considers it. It started with Mourinho. Mourinho started counting it. Mourinho started it. See, Akin. Yeah.
You know, maybe you're not as active on social media as I am.
I'm not.
Right?
I'm not.
The day when they said Arsenal, Arteta, you've only won 1 trophy, he said, sorry, I've won 2, right? The whole TL, Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, everybody went after him. Everybody went after him. And maybe I will say that was even justified, because I don't consider the Charity Shield a trophy per se.
Mourinho
and if
does.
They say you've only won 1, that's Mourinho. You and I know Mourinho is cuckoo upstairs, right? It's cuckoo upstairs. Mourinho will say anything to support his position, and he would deny you, right, when he doesn't fit his objectives or what he wants to achieve.
Yeah.
Right. So for Arteta to say, you don't need to say that. I agree. But the uproar that followed Akin, it was like if the guy killed somebody. Oh, because you consider Charity Shield a trophy, then all of a sudden you go win the Conference League, and now it's a trophy. Oh my God!
So that's why you hate World Chelsea. Club. Okay, I get it.
You win World Cup. And is that now is a trophy, right? Or now, we're the biggest team in England because we won all the trophies that we can win. I'm like, okay.
Can I give you some unsolicited advice?
You all know your history.
Can I give you some unsolicited advice, Inka?
Yes, boss.
Get off social media. It's not good for you.
No. So it's just. So here's the thing, yeah. It's my fastest way of keeping track with what's going on.
I hear you.
And you know what happens? Your TL, even things you don't solicit for, it pops up. So I have to start muting some idiots constantly because their takes. Even I've muted so many Arsenal fans. I don't want to mention names, but okay, I'll mention almost everybody on AFTV is on mute. Right, because they are the most ridiculous Arsenal fans ever. Right? Yeah. No. Let me just keep quiet.
Yeah.
Let me just.
It's too much. It's too much.
Let me just keep quiet.
Yinka,
yes, sir.
We are 17 subscribers away from 1,000. So,
whoa.
Yeah, we're at 983
on YouTube.
Yeah? YouTube. I'm not saying that's all we care about, but that's the one we've been trying to get to 1,000. I just checked.
Yeah.
I wanted to check before I said it. So please, I'm just gonna wrap since we're running out of time. So please, if you're watching this, go to YouTube, subscribe, hit the notification button. So whenever we release any videos, you will be able to watch Yinka and his ridiculous takes.
Yes.
That's all I got.
I own it.
That's all I got. Anything from you,
I
Yinka?
own it. Nothing from me. This was fun. We did less than 90 minutes for the first time in a long time.
And if you keep talking, we won't.
We won't. So, bye, people.
Oh my gosh. Thank you, Yinka. Thank you, everybody. This was fun.
See you guys next week.
We'll see you next week. Bye.
Bye, guys. Bye.